Radio Art Pop.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Radio Art Pop, episode number 64, 1 week to cheek. I am here tonight with Jimmy, Tifa, and with impeccable timing, Yuling. So, I mean, we really have a lot to talk about tonight, considering that Cheek to Cheek is just 1 week away. I know everybody's excited to get new Gaga music. But first, before we get into all that, I just kind of wanted to go through and just give a few announcements. Not many tonight, but just a few. Tonight only, get the Cheek to Cheek t-shirt designed by Radio Art Pop guest Jessica Cole Thomas at theradioartshop.com for only $11.99. Also, don't forget this week's Gaga Remix package from Chicascas at radioartpop.com/downloads. And our song of the week, We Want It All, by Michelle Tracy at radioartpop.com/live. One more thing, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our new YouTube channel using the subscribe button underneath the video on YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? I think y'all
good.
Julie, you look like you just ran a marathon.
I did. Back to my university lab. Oh my goodness, I was like, I gotta do this. It was not printing my assignment, and I sprinted back. I was like, excuse me, I gotta get on Radio Art Pop. Bye, Felicia. It was so stressful.
So what were you doing in lab? Were you creating things? Like
yes, I had to do a sketch. Yeah, you want to see it? No, I don't want to waste time.
Show me someday.
I will, someday. It's a torso. They brought in a nude model, so it was pretty fine.
Well, I don't know what else to say other than Cher. Gaga today asked Monsters Worldwide to go ahead and trend the topic. Monsters Love Cher. It only took 2 minutes to trend worldwide. That's pretty incredible. The power of Gaga, what have you. A little bit of background info on that. Cher has been very vocal about Cheek to Cheek and how she loves the concept and appreciates the work that Gaga's doing on it. Part of the reason is because Gaga's covering a song on the album called Bang Bang, which was a song that Cher originally had done in, wow, I can't believe Cher's in, 1966. 1966. Anybody want to like chime in and voice their opinions on the Cher incident today? Everybody loves Cher, right?
Yes.
Yeah, duh.
I didn't think anybody would think it didn't.
I think everybody appreciates.
I actually listened to Cher's version of Bang Bang before like the episode began, and I was like, oh, this is good. I like this. It's different.
I'm really excited because I honestly haven't heard Cher's version. I've never even heard the song except for the version that I believe was in Gatsby. I think there's a version of it in Gatsby. But needless to say, I'm excited to hear Gaga sing it. I'll definitely have to go listen to Cher sing it. Speaking of jazz, I know that's kind of a hot topic right now, but Tony performed I Can't Give You Anything But Love with Gaga at the Art Rave in Israel. I do have the audio of that, so I'm going to go ahead and play it for our listeners and everybody on the show tonight, and let's just go ahead and soak this in and see what we think.
I can't give you anything but love, baby.
you sing it.
That's the only thing I plenty of, baby. Drink wine, sleep wine, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things you always need. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, Tony, with diamond watches, Tiffany's just for sale, baby. Until that lucky day, no doubt, oh, I can't give you anything but love. I can't give lady, that's the only thing I'm plenty of. Lady, dream a while, scheme a while, you're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the things you always find for. Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell, lady. Diamond bracelets, Woodworth doesn't sell, lady. Till that lucky day, you know damn well, lady, I can't give you anything but love. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Bennett.
Yeah.
Radio Art Pop living up to its name tonight, bringing you a live performance. But seriously, that was amazing. You know what I've noticed about Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga? They both perform better live than they do on the recorded versions of their songs.
Yes. Which is a good thing.
How many other artists can you say that about?
Not very many.
Celine Dion, just a few really. I mean, but that was spot on. I thought I was listening to the studio recording, but they were really holding the microphone in their hand in front of thousands upon thousands of people in Israel singing this, and it was just like, it sounded like it came right off of a CD.
It was incredible. I'm so excited. You have no idea. I need it.
I know. It was beautiful. I love it. I feel so classy whenever I listen. Like, I'm just so excited for this album, so I can just, put on like a pretty gown or something and just walk around my room, pretend like I'm going somewhere. It's like, I just feel so classy tonight.
Like put your pinky out and sip your tea.
Yes.
I mean, you always look classy though. Like seriously.
Stop it! I'm done with you.
Look at all them damn clothes behind you, girl. Don't be lying.
I think someone just tweeted, "Am I in my closet?" I'm like, no, it's a dorm room. I ain't got no closet.
It's your privacy wall.
This is my privacy. Yes. Okay. Hell yes. Behind it is a Gaga shrine, like in Hey Arnold. You know how Helga has a shrine dedicated to Gaga. To Arnold. I wish it was Gaga. That was my mistake. My bad. Anyways.
Tifa, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing I do like about this album particularly is Gaga had mentioned that they did it like one time. They sang it and then went to the next song and sang it, and nothing was produced or changed. It's not like she sang part of it and then they lumped it all together like they do sometimes with recording. It was just all one shot. One shot Susie, I think she said. That's the way to put it. And so that's one thing I really like. And then on top of it, it sounds even better live, and it's not I don't know, not a lot of people can sing really well live. Or they can, but it always sounds different when they're singing it live. But Gaga's always on point. And
Always.
I think they have such good chemistry together, and that's what's most exciting about it. And another thing I really like about this whole thing is, regardless how many people are bitching about the whole jazz thing, I find it I don't know. I'm really happy that Gaga is introducing her fans to other music. I think it opens their horizons and kind of opens their mind to other things. And she continues to educate, which is also super important. And another thing I like is that it can bring other fans into the fan base, people you wouldn't have thought otherwise. And a lot of people are just starting to respect her simply because she's doing jazz. A lot of people previously thought maybe she was just one of those generic pop stars, that half her music was written by somebody else for her, or that she didn't sing live or whatever. But most people who maybe even watched that special was able to see a little more about her than they had thought. And and that's the same thing with that Thanksgiving special. I had a lot of people who I never thought would even watch it. And so I think we're going to see more of that with GT.
I couldn't agree more with the whole respect aspect, because everybody is kind of like turning their attention to the pop star that wore the meat dress that, like use gimmicks to get attention and sell records. Suddenly she's using her voice, and like they don't have any choice but to respect her, because I mean she's great. It would be different if there was a little bit of leeway in there where maybe she's so-so at it, but she's truly so remarkable, and she's crafted her voice so well to fit this genre that, you don't have, all the people that are out there that are bashing her jazz recordings and her jazz music right now are the people that will never appreciate her, period. At least with this, she's getting the people that were on the fence. Well, I want to think she's talented, but I can't get into the pop music thing. To me, pop music, they have this ill-placed notion that pop music is, it's not anything to be taken seriously. But with jazz, you can't say anything about that. Speaking of, I was going to say this. Don't forget, we have Nature Boy coming out tonight at midnight. It will be released. It's the last release before the full album is released next week, so I can't wait to hear it. Over the last, I'd say, 5 days or so, I've really been listening to the 2 tracks that we already have, and I'm really starting to appreciate it a lot more than I did. In fact, I wake up to Anything Goes every morning. It's the most perfect song to wake up to. I swear to God it is. There's nothing like waking up at 6:30 a.m. and hear Gaga say Gigolos. Yeah, but it's a great way to wake up. It's so soothing, and it's such a transition from, Heavy Metal Lover and Mary Jane Holland and Dance Your Ass Off to Shaza, all that. It's such a big contrasting difference from that to a song that doesn't have a beat drop. It's cool to have that in her repertoire. Mostly, Saturday night, HSN aired a special broadcast of Tony and Gaga in the studio and interviews. Did seeing the performance in the studio and hearing more songs off Cheek to Cheek make you any more excited for the album? And what did you love or hate about the special?
Are we going after?
Let's start with Jimmy, and then we'll work our way through Tiffany second, you Ling, and then I'll go. You're up, Jimmy.
All right. Well, I was actually at work that night. So lucky me. But before we began tonight, I went on YouTube and I typed it in. So I tried watching a little bit of it, and I got to watch some of the live performances, and they were just amazing, of course. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so amazing to see the rawness of it and seeing all the instruments being played and just all of it coming together, and it's just wow. But anything I disliked, that girl kept talking. I was thinking more Gaga, but the blonde girl, you know what I'm talking about? I was like, okay, thank you, but come on. But yeah, that was about it.
Well, you're sold then. You're sold on this. You're sold on Cheek to Cheek.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
love it.
Tifa, what'd you think?
I loved the whole thing, and in fact, yes, it did. It made me a lot more excited. Obviously, I knew what to expect, but I mean, just hearing each song and being reminded of how talented she is and how well Tony and Gaga work together, and just being able to see them. I mean, we've seen them in interviews, but I mean, really see them sit down and talk about the album reminds you that they're not just two collaborators, like they're friends. And I think that's going to make to me that just made that sold it for me because like it's not just artificial, like two people working together to sort of make money or as a gimmick. They're actual friends and Tony actually wanted to make an album with them. So it wasn't like, oh, let's like the record label putting them together, like, okay, you're gonna do this. So it's really nice seeing them, and it was, you can just feel like it was much more organic than one might have thought previously. Um, and you can just see the vocal range in various songs. We heard like a clip of the actual title, Cheese and Cheese. And I was really excited for that one. And uh, I just it's overwhelming like how excited I am now. Like I mean obviously I was always excited, but like I'm really more excited now. And yeah, I agree. The bitch just kept talking. You know what? It's a sales pitch, and that's what that channel is for. So hey, but I was just really happy to see what I did see for that portion, and I'm hoping that we'll see more of that for the PBS special. But that's all I got to say about that.
Yo, they?
So I regretfully was unable to watch all these things because college has been catching up with me and I was busy. But piggybacking off of what Tifa said,
What is that in your hand?
it's a pen. It's a hand. Isn't it cute?
That is cute.
Cute.
What is it doing though? Like, show me that pen again.
I don't know if it's like it could be like a gun, like man.
Like bang bang.
Bang bang.
Bang bang
Bang bang.
soccer,
Or like I pick my nose, kind of thing.
No.
I'm playing. It could be something else, but that's kind of dirty. I don't want to say what it is. I leave that to your own imagination.
the shocker.
That.
That's what I thought it was. Honestly, I thought it was throwing up the shocker. I ain't even gonna lie.
No! I'm gonna put this away. I'm done. I'm picking my lemon juice. Anyways, what I was about to say. Back to what I was gonna piggyback off of. How like this is how it's not gonna just. It's not something like promotional. It's just kind of like two friends got together and decided to make some beautiful music. That's really what that's the vibe I'm getting from this, and it's real and it's raw, and they're not trying to sell us anything. And I don't know, it's not all up in my face like buy this now, like do this, listen to this. It's just kind of like, yo, we got some beautiful music, like you can check it out if you want. And it's just like, hell yeah, I will. So I gotta catch up with some stuff after this episode so I can be fully fleshed out for the next one. So back to you, Bay.
Alrighty. Well, I didn't get to see it, so I completely suck as a host. But
No.
I am extremely excited about the album anyway, so I didn't need like an extra. I didn't need like an extra finger to push me in that direction. So I'm so excited about everything. Not only, this is all bringing her vocals to the forefront, like I talked about earlier, but last week we had talked about the 7 magazine article. Well, she had another interview with the Parade magazine this week, talking about the label controlling her voice. And this is what she had to say to them. On my earlier records, they wanted me to make my voice more electronic and auto-tuned for radio. That's why this album with Tony is so amazing, because he's hearing me sing raw, without any of that. And he's protecting me from people trying to control what I sound like. So, thank you, Tony. From a fan that literally appreciates this. I'm glad that someone is giving her the courage to step out of the box and do something that she really wants to do, not for commercial success, but for the success of her own. Anything, you know, like, are y'all still shocked about this? Is this rubbed in yet?
I always thought I liked her voice, no matter what how it sounded. I'm like, yes, Gaga.
I mean, I'm the same way, really.
No, I love her voice. In fact, I don't know. You know what? I can't because I love her voice so much, and I have so much more appreciation to the jazz. I feel like we have to talk about jazz and jazz. I I am appreciative of the encouraging Gaga to something outside the box. Like Gaga said, she doesn't want to be just she loves music. She wants to do music, not just like pop music, right? So I'm very happy that she's able to do that. Oh, and the fact that Gaga supposedly wanted to quit music after a hardship that she's had with the record, and Tony convinced her to stay strong and continue. So again, thank you.
Yulane?
You know, I don't know. I agree with you guys. I think her voice is just it's still her voice. And I love her no matter what, you know, and I think like her singing live just proves that she's just incredibly talented. I'm not really, you know, super I don't really have much of an opinion, if is that a bad thing, about like, you know, that it's just kind of like, yo, it's in the past and she's moving way past that and she's, you know, doing something that she likes. And I'm just ready for this. I'm just ready for her new stuff, for her to just do what she likes, you know, test out different flavors, styles, whatever. And it's always gonna be true to her voice, even if, like, you know, maybe in the past it didn't seem like it, but now it's like, you know, no matter what, it's still Gaga, and I love Gaga no matter what, and that's what I stand by. So I don't know if that made sense. Yeah.
No, it makes perfect sense.
We are all stands. I think it makes sense to all of us.
Yeah.
Let's just agree that she has the best auto-tune voice ever, though. I mean, really, I mean, like, if you look at the way that, you know, granted that she may not have had control over that, she still didn't sound as robotic as she thinks she did, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it had a lot to do with the fact that there wasn't much to take out, wasn't much auto tune. Maybe that's why.
I want to tie this in, and I don't know if y'all thought about this, but if you noticed, obviously she still has a relationship with Red One, but I remember, now somebody correct me if I'm wrong with this, but obviously Cher and Gaga had a duet happen that did not happen, which was the greatest thing. The greatest thing that ever was. But rumor has it, I don't know if anybody else has heard this, is that Gaga did not like what Red One did with her voice in the song, so that's a probability, you know, maybe a reason that it was never released.
Gaga said that she just didn't like what they did with it. She didn't specify who what she didn't like. Whatever record they did.
Right.
Not even on her label. It was Cher's.
That's very true. Maybe there's some friction between Red One and Gaga. Maybe that's why he wasn't on Art Pop. You know, will they work together again in the future? I mean, she said, you know, plainly that, I don't know if she meant it, but she's never going to auto-tune her voice again. So, which kind of leads us into our next topic. You know, she was going to give up on singing, which is something that we just learned from Parade. We didn't hear about this in the Seven magazine, but this is what she said, and I quote, "6 months ago, I didn't even want to sing anymore. I'm not going to say any names, but people get irrational when it comes to money, with how they treat you, what they expect from you. But if you help an artist, it doesn't give you the right, once the artist is big, to take advantage of him. I was so sad. I couldn't sleep. I felt dead. And then I spent a lot of time with Tony. He wanted nothing but my friendship and my voice." She begins to cry. So obviously she was very emotional about this. You know, she probably felt like a puppet, and she didn't want to be.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say, because, like, it's your favorite artist, and then hearing her say that she doesn't even want to sing anymore, it's just
Right.
like, what? But, you know, at the end, how she said she found Tony, and, like, it was like a happy ending, so now
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, you know, the fact that she's forthcoming with this information, though, it kind of makes me nervous about the overall relationship and the, um, what's the word I'm looking for? How easily is this relationship between Interscope Records and Lady Gaga going to be mended? Obviously, they have. Interscope's probably not too thrilled with the numbers from Art Pop. I mean, love the album, but we both, all of us in this room, know that it didn't sell as much as it was anticipated to in this country, at least. There's
Mhm.
probably some hostility there for that. Not Gaga's fault, I don't think. I think it's probably that dirtbag manager that she had before. Um, but you know, let's just say this. How do they fix this? Does Gaga continue? I mean, maybe this is why she wanted to quit singing, because, like, maybe she didn't think it could be repaired. Are they ever gonna, you know, I just want to know what everybody thinks. Kind of a big deal.
Before I start talking again, can you guys hear me better than you did before?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. I don't know what's happening, but so I hope this fixes it. Yeah. So I guess Jimmy, you can go ahead and talk, and then I'll talk.
well, I really don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just hope she keeps making music, and I know it's gonna be good. So, yeah, I don't really know. I'm not sure.
I just want to say fuck you, whoever Gaga, and made her feel like shit. Made her feel like pop wasn't doing well. Because you know what? No, I didn't think that has anything to do with it. Because it's like as she was making, she was sick and cold and not doing her job.
There you go again, girl.
And oh, am I cutting out again?
Yeah, you are. Sorry.
All right, sorry, language. All right, I'll try again. I want to say fuck you to everybody
Beep,
who
beep,
told
beep.
Gaga to do anything. Basically, what I think happened was this. She was going through some things because she was abroad, she was on tour, she couldn't do her album as quickly as they would have liked for her to, and basically told her, you need to push that fucking thing out of your vagina and get it out now. And yeah, so she was upset because nobody was appreciating her, and they just all they wanted to do was make money off her instead of waiting until she's well again. So yeah, so I can understand that. I don't think it has a lot to do with Art Pop sales. I think the reason the sales of the Art Pop didn't do so well is because she had said so many things that were going to happen that never happened, and a lot of it had to do with the management and the transitioning to the new team. So and the promotion was poor. And I'm pretty sure she had a lot of things planned for that, and unfortunately, it did not do as well for her team. So I don't think it has anything to do with the quality of the album at all. I think it's just the execution of the album. But I'm so thankful for Tony for reminding Gaga that she needs to move and she can get through this, she can get through anything, and we will just move on and we'll have cheek to cheek and whatever else she wants.
Jimmy, did you want to add anything to that? Maybe Jimmy's froze. You leave.
Yeah. Justin? Can you clarify for me where exactly the auto tune was? Like what was auto tuned exactly?
In which
Or like
album?
what was like? So they were all, or like was it just?
I believe that it was mostly done through the Fame era, through the Fame Monster.
Uh-huh.
But I believe every pop album that she's used has some form of vocal enhancement or vocal autotune.
Oh, okay. Got you. I mean, also, like, who hasn't? That's number one. Like, come on, and it's not even. Honestly, if no one told me that, that was auto-tuned, I would have been like, oh, I didn't know that it was. I mean, it sounds just like her, anyways. Like, I don't know, you know. I don't know. There's really not much to. For me, there's not much to say about it, and it's just, you know, I get that she was upset, and she has every right and reason to be upset about that. You know, having someone like control the way it sounds, but now that she's found Tony, and I think like just being able to perform live, number one, like this has been her dream since like, you know, how like forever, you know, and now that she's like realized this dream and like, you know, she's just singing, she's doing what she wants to do, and she's doing it her way now. It's like all the power to you, girl. Like, I'm ready. I just think that, you know, just going back, I don't want to repeat myself, but like, you know, same thing. It's just kind of like it's in the past, and she's just ready to move forward with bigger and better things, and like screw the dickwads that, you know, effed her over. But now she's got better people in her life that she doesn't need to, you know, have this negative vibe coming from them. She just gets to be free and be herself. Like,
Amen, man.
yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Exactly. I agree with everything that Yuling said, but this actually is really good. I want to get to this. She's, you know, it's popular among Little Monster fan base to compare any work, anything that Gaga puts out. They want to try to compare it to the Fame Monster, because I think the general consensus of the fan base is that that's her magnum opus. That's what made her so famous. You know, the fame got her in the door, but everybody really flocked to her during the Fame Monsters. So she kind of addresses that a little bit. She mentioned how art pop is compared with the Fame Monster. She says this: when I came into this with Tony, he didn't say, "You've got to take off all the crazy outfits and just sing." He said, "Be yourself." You know, people wrote a lot of things about my last album, Art Pop, which was very controversial. If it didn't grab the whole world the way the Fame Monster did, that's okay, because I know it's good. That's what Tony has taught me, that my intuition is right. When he talks about the 66 albums he's put out, the peaks and the valleys, and how it's not about having a hit record, it's the most inspiring thing. That's huge. Could you imagine having 66 records put out over your career?
Damn.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's more than Madonna, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Oh my god.
Hmm.
That was beautiful, number one. And like, you know, this whole like, if it didn't capture the way, what was that? If it didn't grab the world the way the Fame Monster did, that's okay, because I know it's good.
Yeah, that's huge.
Is that what
yeah, that's what she said.
That's beautiful. Yes, and like, I mean, okay, like, I'm just gonna throw this in a little bit. Like, nobody hate on me because I love Beyonce. But when I first heard her new album, I wasn't like, you know, super feeling it. And if you actually like listen to it, and like, you know, she like, you know, that blew up. But it's like, if you really listen to it, there was so much thought that went into art pop, and and from some people that they used to be like, they have a band and they do mixing, like, you know, music mixing and whatnot. And here's the thing, like, I don't know if anyone's interested, but when you listen to music, you have to, like, you know, listen in like a lot of different forms, like bad headphones, stereo, whatever. Anyways, like, yeah, like, just the way that Gaga puts it together, it was very clean and well thought out. I just think, like, you know, I don't know, well, I lost my point, but anyways, just the way that, you know, it's great, yeah.
It appears that we lost Jimmy again. I want to apologize to everybody for that. He's been having some slight technical difficulties throughout the show, but he may rejoin us in any moment, so we're just going to keep our eyes peeled for that. Tiffany, did you have anything that you wanted to add to what Tony and Gaga and the whole parade article about the Fame Monster versus art pop?
yeah, you know, a lot of people are like, when are you going to make your next bad romance? We want bad romance. And I think that's how
All the fucking time.
all the time. I mean, even her fans were like, you know what, I am over this. I am done. Oh my god, I want another bad romance. You can't just have another bad romance. Sorry. Everything's going to be different. She is growing. She is progressing. Like, if you want to see her to progress and to stay as this, like, little pop star and this little bubble, then maybe you should go stand for Katy Perry. Okay? So let's just put that out there.
I wouldn't want to go stand for her. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to, like, right at this moment, things aren't, like, all peaches and creams over there either, so. But I did want to say this, you know, like to what you said about the next bad romance and all this other stuff. I don't want the next bad romance. I want the next song that I can't wait to wake up in the morning and turn on. It doesn't have to be a bad romance. It doesn't have to be Poker Face. You know, I just want to have to listen. You know, I want to be able to wake up and listen to it. And honestly, Art Pop did that for me. Like I could not wait to get up, get in my car, and drive to work and listen to Aura, Venus, and GUI. Like I couldn't wait. I don't give a shit if anybody else.
I still do that every fucking day. Every day I get up and I listen to them.
If nobody else in the world were to wake up and say, I'm going to listen to Art Pop today, I wouldn't give a shit because I'm going to say that. Like, I want to listen to Art Pop, so fuck y'all, you know? I mean, let me listen to my album.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I agree. 100%.
Whew. Question of the week. We're all fired up now. We're passionate about this.
You are so passionate.
Which makes us all such an amazing fan base. And, you know, I'm not bashing the people that want the next bad romance or whatnot. I mean, we're all passionate, which makes us all wonderful. But clearly,
that's why we fight a lot.
Different opinions.
We're passionate and love her so much.
Yeah. A lot of creativity that flows throughout us all as a unit. So, I mean, you have a lot of creativity, you have a lot of contrasting opinions, and you have a lot of, you're wrong. I'm right, you're wrong. All the time. Question of the week. How would you feel about a jazz re-release of Gaga's biggest hits?
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yes, like you know how she sings like the acoustic version of Poker Face? That it was a really old video, but I loved it. Like if she did like a stripped down acoustic version of some stuff, I would like that. I would buy that.
Teppa?
I would totally like a jazz. She did You and I jazz. She did standard on the Thanksgiving special, you know, Christmas songs and things. And I think that it would be great. Actually, it would be interesting to hear Christmas songs with jazz band. And honestly, I think it would be great. So, yes,
Gotcha. I would say, like, not necessarily a jazz re-release would make me happy, but maybe just a re-release in general. Like, maybe, like, okay, so you couldn't do things your way, but we know that you wrote this music. You know, we know beyond the shadow of a doubt that Gaga wrote this music. Give us an album. You own the rights to the songs. You wrote them. You know, put them back out. You know, like, seriously, do you like your art touched or retouched, you know, retouched or non-retouched? I remember her tweeting that one time, and it stuck with me, because I thought, how much of your art's retouched because you didn't want it to be, but it was. That's what I got out of that, but, you know, maybe she could just do it her way, you know, like bring in a rock band if she wants to make Hair a full-blown rock song, or, you know, like maybe bring in a mariachi band and do Americana the right way. You know, like,
Yeah.
anything, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be jazz and thing. I want to know everybody's opinions on this. So,
you were onto something. Of course, you said jazz, so I answered with jazz, but that is a really good idea.
but I mean, she sit here and poured out her heart to us, and it's like I didn't even get to do it the way that I want to do it. Well, baby doll, there ain't nothing stopping you. Do it. You got nothing but time on your hands. You're not even 30 years old yet. Tony Bennett's made 66 albums. Like he said, it's what you feel is right. So do it.
Yeah.
Make it right with yourself. You owe that to yourself, and you know you don't really owe it to the fans, but you know you owe it to yourself. If you want to do that, do it, girl. But we want to know what you think about this. It's a really interesting topic for sure. Just tweet us your opinions and thoughts at RadioARTPOP through Twitter, or of course you can. Yeah, just tweet us. So, we have a very, very special announcement coming on. Something that I've really been excited about doing this week. If you give me just a few moments, we're going to be conducting an interview with Charlotte from Backplane. She helps handle all the monster relations with littlemonsters.com and all the social networking. So, you know, just don't forget to tweet us at Born to Be Brave, and just give us a few moments here. But, gosh, I'm still fired up over all that other stuff, and I need to drink water. Hi, Jimmy. Welcome back.
I'm sorry, my laptop literally just, I swear, it's just like a million years old. I hate
And
it.
then your fire alarm is going off.
Technology.
I know.
This is really exciting. I cannot wait for Charlotte to get in here.
I'm so real.
Hi, Charlotte.
Oh, hey guys, how's it going?
It's going great. Welcome to Radio Art Pop.
Thank you. I decided to pick the spot in the office that had the biggest picture of Gaga, so you guys could still stare at her while I was talking. So
Yeah.
this is for you guys.
Beautiful.
Smart girl, you good, I like you.
The picture is amazing.
Yeah, it's actually the Guinness World Record holder for the largest magazine. So
What?
Yeah, we actually got it printed, and we have the rest of the magazine just like stocked somewhere in the back because this is, all we cared about. So
Oh
we've
my
got
God.
that. And Gaga signed it as well when she was down here in January.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, down there
Yeah.
on live.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty awesome.
amazing.
She wrote, I'll read it to you guys. It says, spread love with every invention.
Oh.
And she signed her name and the date.
But that's what you guys do at Backplane every day. Y'all put it all on the line and spread love with every invention that y'all come up with, and it's always getting more and more convenient. And we couldn't be more grateful for the experience that you provided us with in collaboration with Gaga.
Right. I love to hear that. We love to hear it.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to just ask you a few questions. I mean, we all want to know what you do, and we want to know more about you because you do so much for us. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be on. I've been watching you guys on Radio Art Pop for quite some time. I think the first one I saw, you were on it with Justin, and I was just like, these people are hilarious. They're so funny. I just want to hang out with them. You guys are just awesome with everything.
So sweet.
Well, I mean, we know that you work at Backplane, but can you tell us and our guests and the viewers what you do at littlemonsters.com?
Yeah, so my title with Backplane is I'm a community ambassador. So I'm the lead on littlemonsters.com. So I basically live on the site. I'm the house's kind of eyes and ears to everything that goes on. So, removing things you don't really want to see on the site and posts that, you guys report, users, you guys report, all that information. We're the ones that sit here. I sit through and read it all day. And then I also do support for some of our other communities, and mostly anytime someone sends an email to InfoAd and they have issues with logging into the site, I'm the one who emails back and kind of troubleshoots with you to get you back on the site and all that fun stuff.
Cool. So this is one that I really wanted to know. How big of a Gaga fan were you before you were working on littlemonsters.com? Have you been to any of her concerts?
So before I started working here, I wouldn't really call myself a fan. I knew who she was. She definitely had some songs that I enjoyed. But I guess the most I actually listened to her was from whatever my girlfriend would throw on my iPod, and we just kind of would listen to that together. And so fortunately, because I started working at Backplane, I got to go to 2 concerts. So I got to go to the Born This Way ball in San Jose, which was amazing. It was during the second week of my internship, and I was just like, what is life? What am I doing here right now?
Yeah, what is this? What is this journey going to be like? Because you know who she was as an artist in person.
Exactly.
I
was
can
there
imagine
too.
how exciting that was.
Yeah, I was just sitting there, and I was just like, okay, so we're going to San Jose to go ahead and go to the show, and I was just like, do I get to go? I get to go as an intern? And then by the time I got to go to the art rave, I had been completely invested in Little Monsters. So now I would call myself a Little Monster. I get to understand your guys' lingo. That was one thing I had to learn, is the lingo of what does DERPA mean? What are all these words?
Can you say Gaga again? Because we don't hear that. We don't hear that very often. We read it, but we never say it. That's amazing. No, I mean, so you kind of had to get in the lingo of what slay was, and Like, what was the most bizarre thing that you had to get used to that we do as a fan base?
I think, I don't know about bizarre, but one of my favorites was just Yas. When that whole thing just started from the vine of just, Yas, Gaga, you look beautiful! Like,
Oh
we
my
just started saying
God.
that all the time in the office. Like, it just became a joke, and it was just awesome. Like, there's no other fan base that I feel like can come up with those types of things and then just get it spread as much as it does with Little Monsters.
Mm-mm-mm. Speaking of favorite things, what was your favorite Gaga song? Or like, what is it right now? Like, do you have one currently? Maybe an old favorite?
Well, I'm a sucker for ballads, so I loved "Dope" on Radio R or on our pop Radio R Pop City. I just refer to you guys as her album. So that was one of my favorites, and "So Happy I Could Die" because that was like the first song that my girlfriend had put on my iPod, and I was just like, what am I listening to? And I didn't realize for the longest time that it was Gaga, and finally making the connection. And Born This Way, obviously, is just one of those big, powerful songs that it kind of connects everybody. So that's definitely one of my favorites.
We might have already touched on this a little bit, but I did want to ask you, is there anything about Little Monsters as a fan base, like as a fan base together, that you didn't learn until you started working with them every day?
I guess the biggest thing was just how incredibly talented everyone is, like, and so compassionate towards each other, like I'm on Little Monsters reading the comments and the posts. Like, I spend a lot of time in bullying support because I think it's so important to have people reach out to each other who have, been through those struggles, to be able to give someone else advice that, like, hey, it gets better. Like, I promise, you think the world is ending, but it does get better. So that was one of the biggest things where I was like, I love this fan base because everyone it's so much more compassion. You're not really fighting against each other. It's, it's a family instead of just a fan base.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, overall, I think we would all agree with that statement. There's not a day that goes by that I'm not thankful to be a part of this community and to have met so many people through what I do on the show, and Tifa and Jimmy. Jimmy's got a huge YouTube channel as well, and Yuling, of course. I got to meet her through the show, but we're like a big family. And whenever you go to a concert and you just see people that you know online, it's like you put a face to the persona, and it's an amazing experience. Kind of like what happens at Little Monsters every day. LittleMonsters.com. I mean, you can go on there and meet somebody and be a best friend with them just right off the bat, just off common interest.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I feel like I've made a lot of friends from Little Monsters. Like, I talk to a lot of people on there daily and, kind of keep up with each other's lives. Then you start following each other and on Twitter, and it just kind of grows from there. So.
Exactly. Besides Gaga, I know you've got other artists that you listen to, and we kind of wanted to know that too. Like, so besides Gaga, who do you listen to?
So I grew up listening to a lot of like R&B and hip hop. So right now, I know you saw it on my Twitter. I'm obsessed with Jhené Aiko. Like, she is my favorite R&B singer right now. Other than her, I listen to a lot of everything. Like, I love Beyonce, I love Lana, Childish Gambino, and I've learned to love country music, and so I listen to a lot of different stuff. It really just depends on the mood.
So you're listening to country music too?
Yeah, I lived in Idaho for a few years, so I had to learn how to enjoy the country lifestyle.
Girl, I feel you. Up here in Tennessee, it's just like, if you don't like country, you might as well get out.
Exactly. I had to start learning the songs if I was in the bar to sing karaoke with everyone.
I do that every other Saturday, and I went in for the last 2 weeks. I've done Bad Romance, and they just don't know what to think. I think they're like a little culture shocked, but they'll get over it. So, how has LittleMonsters.com improved? I know y'all have done a lot. How much has it improved, and how has it improved since it first went public a few years ago?
Well, one of the biggest things is now we have an app. We're a new startup company, so we're slowly building things and continuing to make it better. So the Backplane app, so everyone can be on Little Monsters on the go. We're trying to make it a little more personal to you, so you can go online and go to the areas that interest you the most. So we added groups, that personal feed that kind of gives you more of your own touch on like who you're following, what kind of tags you care about. We're still growing a lot, but we've definitely made a lot of strides, and we're definitely not slowing down.
So how does the social experience on Little Monsters differ from other social networks or forums?
I would say that because Gaga created this site, this is her project, this is what she wanted, that we give you kind of like a safe environment. You're not just allowed to just go in and do whatever you want. We do moderate, and we leave it up to you guys to vote on what types of things you want to see. So it definitely gives you kind of that walled garden where you can feel like you're truly yourself. There probably wouldn't be some things I would post in Little Monsters that I would post on my Facebook page so the whole world could see.
Right,
So it's definitely more personal. I kind of feel like you can be who you want to be inside of the community without worrying about someone else judging you or saying something bad about you.
That's a great point. Like, I felt that way too. You can go on Little Monsters and do things on there that are more, maybe you've got a drawing and you're not sure if you should show everybody yet, but that people will, you'll get great feedback on it in littlemonsters.com in a respectful manner, and everybody appreciates art on that site.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point. I couldn't agree more. Let's see. Oh, are there any future updates planned for littlemonsters.com that you can talk about?
Well, we'll be doing a lot of fun changes. I guess some of the cool things to talk about for you guys that'll be important on Little Monsters is that we're giving you some new tools to make posting a little bit easier, a little more fun. You can still invite your friends. We're kind of making that a lot easier, so you can invite other friends to get onto the community. Our engineers have been doing a lot of work on just improving the overall look and feel, the speed of the site. Things will start loading a lot faster. We also want to give, like I said, a little bit more ownership into the community. So we're going to allow people to eventually be able to make their own groups and become, their own owner of this group on the site. You can create your own events as we move forward. So if you want to have a Little Monster meetup in your city, you can do so and kind of get everyone together that way. So there's definitely going to be a lot of fun things onto the site to allow, really just to make it easier for you guys to talk to each other. And we hear your complaints about the chat rooms, and we are working on fixing chat. It is a huge project, but it's in our flow. It's definitely there. And then outside of Little Monsters, I guess as a company, we're trying to push to make it a platform that anyone can make their own community. So if you wanted to make your own community about someone else, you could have the whole platform and use all the same tools, but still be able to have your own ownership of your own site. So that's something that's really exciting that we're pushing for.
It is a really exciting project, I know. Let's see. I did want to ask you something else. I know if you're like me, you've got a lot of great people that you work with every day. You've already kind of talked about Yes and Office, but tell us more about what's it like working there and how many people work together. What are the communities that y'all have there like from the ground up?
So we have approximately 35 employees that work for Backplane. So like I said, we're a relatively small company, still in our startup phase. So it's a lot of fun. Like it's very laid back. We kind of just come in, get our work done. We take a lot of work home with us. As you can imagine, it can get difficult because the internet never sleeps. So there always has to be someone there making sure that the site's running properly. There's nothing overly offensive just running on the site right now. So things like that. So it's a lot of fun. We definitely get to interact with you guys more, and that's my favorite part, is I get to talk to the Little Monsters. I get to talk to the users and figure out how can we make what we do better for you guys.
Well, we appreciate it. We really do. Everything that you guys do over there, and I can only imagine how awesome it is to have, like a job like that focused around Lady Gaga, and that's all you do all day long. I mean, I couldn't. That's got to be like the coolest thing ever. But I'm sure you've got bad days there too. I mean, what's a job without a stressful day or two? In fact, I wanted to ask you, what's the most stressful job that you've ever had at Backplane? And if it has anything to do with the music or video leak, we can definitely relate.
Well, the Do What You Want video stills, when that came out, was definitely an interesting day at work. But I would say probably the most stressful just has to do with the pre-sale codes that we would do with Art Rave. You know, as you can imagine, we're working with hundreds of little monsters in different time zones, different languages, and you know, everyone's emailing frantically wanting to get their ticket for the next show. So it's a lot of just kind of troubleshooting with people, and then you know, we're working with ticketing sites, so you're working with like Live Nation or Ticketmaster, so you can imagine it's hard to troubleshoot when you're not dealing with your own site. So those have definitely been the difficult days, but you know, at the end of it, we get everyone the code they need, everyone gets their ticket without any issues, so that makes me happy at the end of the day.
That always went really smooth because I was a part of that. You know, like I had to get, you know, I rushed the Little Monsters to RSVP to the event so I can get my promo code, and like I never had a problem. Y'all handled that magnificently. it was just so seamless. I couldn't imagine the traffic too. I mean, I'm sure the traffic is just off the charts whenever that stuff is going on.
Yeah, we definitely have a nice jump of new users whenever pre-sale codes are about to go out.
Always a good thing.
Yeah.
5 years from now, whether you're watching, whether you're with the Backplane or another company, even your own company, what do you think you'll appreciate most when you look back at what you're doing today?
I would say just the experiences. Like I get to interact with you guys every day, and I learn so much from Little Monsters just talking about their day-to-day lives, and you know, another cool experiences of just getting to meet Gaga and like being able to say, yeah, I sat in a business meeting across from Gaga while she was just explaining all her thoughts and what she wanted Little Monsters to be, and her vision, and just to sit across from someone that the world has this perspective on, but I have a nice, like, she's a down-to-earth, intelligent woman, and she knows what she wants, and you know, she's very headstrong, and she'll get it one way or another. So like just being able to say, yeah, I sat across from Gaga. She was really cool. Everyone was really cool, and you know, I get to learn a lot every day. So I definitely appreciate that.
Are you ready for Cheek to Cheek? I know you got to be really excited about it.
I am. I don't have much of a history in jazz music, as I guess you know a lot of Little Monsters haven't necessarily heard. But I already, like Yuling was saying earlier, I already feel classy when I was like sitting in a fancy restaurant and like Anything Goes came on, and I was like, wait, I know this song, and I'm like singing along. Like it's good. It adds a nice little bit of a culture to what I'll be able to say my music intelligence is about.
Awesome. Well, on behalf of everybody that's watching tonight and all of our guests, we just wanted to say this. LittleMonsters.com has become a loving, accepting, and creatively invigorating atmosphere for so many Gaga fans. But there are plenty who belittle the website and have never given it a try. If any of these fans are watching this, is there anything you can tell them about the site that might make them change their mind?
I'd say the most important thing to remember is LittleMonsters.com was Gaga's idea. You know, this is her project. This is her baby. Everything you guys do in there, maybe she doesn't see every single post, but she's around. You know, I hear a lot of that stuff, but she's never on the site, but she's there. And we work directly with Gaga and the House of Gaga, so we really do whatever we can to reward our fans and our active members. So, you know, we've given away iTunes Festival tickets to fans on Little Monsters. We've given away tickets to the PBS, the Cheek to Cheek taping, and we've also messaged Little Monsters to, you know, take part in one of Gaga's music videos. So, like, if those things interest you, Little Monsters is important. You know, that's the first place that Gaga's team goes to and is like, you know, we need Little Monsters or we need some fans. Can you help us find some? You know, so it definitely pays to be a part of LittleMonsters.com and actively going on and using it because, you know, Gaga's team, they come to us because this is her site, you know, so it's kind of that, if those things interest you, it's definitely worth your time.
I appreciate you coming on and talking to us. It's amazing to finally meet you. I know you've done a lot for RadioARTPOP in particular, and me and Tim both, we really sincerely appreciate every bit of it. So much, in fact, that actually we wanted to give you the opportunity to go ahead and go to Radio Art Shop, and you can pick anything out that you want, and we'll ship it to you for 100% for free as a gift from us to you and all of our viewers and guests, of course. Also, Let's see. You're also on our team page now. If you go to RadioARTPOP.com, you have officially been added to the RadioARTPOP page.
Well, thank you guys. I love it, and I appreciate everything you guys do. I love now that I get to be a part of this fan base. And, you know, the hardest part now, I'm going to have to pick something from Radio Art Shop. You know how that hard that's going to be?
Well, again, thank you so much for coming on, and it's been my pleasure. And Jimmy, Teppa, Yulene, did you have anything that y'all wanted to ask or say to Charlotte?
I just want to say I was also at the San Jose Born This Way ball, bruh. I was actually, if you remember, she went down, or like she bent down and she said something, little girl. That was me! That was me! So we basically shared the same experience.
Right, so you guys are like best friends now. I love it.
So we're like best friends, you know, so no big deal or anything. Not that she doesn't know who I am or anything like that. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah. Anyways, we're on the same show, so. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Teppa, Jimmy?
I just want to say that Charlotte and I have interacted a few times on Little Monsters. I was doing alt pop messages for a while, and she's always been really supportive and helpful. Just recently, I needed to change my email address, and there now is a feature where you can change your email address, which is very convenient. So it was good to know. So she's always there on the site, and it's always very helpful. So that I feel really safe on the web. I can express myself. I don't feel like I can do that on Twitter or another forum. I'm no longer part of the forum as I'm no longer compelled to post there any longer because I have Little Monsters now. So, and I've been able to connect with fans through Radio Art Pop, which is really thankful for. And so, I think that's all I really need in that. So, thank you so much for everything. Oh, and I really like that you spend a lot of time trying to recognize people who are creative and with posts and web specials of fans who just simply want to contribute to the thing. Were you able to hear me? I'm sorry.
A little. Kept cutting out a little bit.
I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say that I'm very thankful for everything that you... I don't know what's wrong with my mic. I'm sorry. I give up.
Okay, we heard you. She is grateful, and we love you. That's all you gotta know. Charlotte.
Jimmy, did you have anything you wanted to say or ask Charlotte? Maybe frozen again.
Oh.
Well, let's see. All right. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and do challenge mode in the piece of us. Charlotte, you're more than welcome to take part in this if you'd like to.
Okay.
Okay. Nobody knew what a piece of us or the challenge mode was going to be tonight, but I can reveal to you at this time. Are you excited? Are you excited? I'm excited.
Yeah.
Before we started the show, everybody was required to have a blank piece of paper and a marker. Charlotte, do you have those by any chance?
I can grab one, yeah.
Okay, go ahead. We'll wait for you. We're going to let Charlotte do this too. I think it would be great if she did. Because it's something that it's such a great, it's a great thing to do. I hate that we lost Jimmy.
He's frozen.
I know. You and your him. Thanks for your patience, guys. We're just giving Charlotte the opportunity to join us on the piece of us tonight.
All right, I'm ready.
Tifa, you ready? Yulene, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring it on.
Everything fell, but now I'm ready.
Perfect. I hate that we lost Jimmy for this. This is going to be fun. We're going to do the Call Me project that's going around littlemonsters.com right now. The challenge is to write down the worst thing that anyone has ever called you or the thing that people call you that bothers you the most. Write it at the top of the paper and then put a line through it. So everybody go ahead and do that now. This is kind of... You really have to think about it.
There's a lot. A
I
lot.
know, me too.
But one.
Put a line through it?
Yeah, you have to put a line through it.
Okay.
You write it at the top of the paper and then you put a line through it.
Okay.
Also, if there are any little monsters out there watching this right now at radioartpop.com/live or at littlemonsters.com, feel free to do this too and tweet us yours at radioartpop.com. I'm still thinking about mine. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, underneath it, write hashtag call me and how you'd rather be seen or how you do yourself. And I have an example of this, just in case if there's any confusion on what to do here. Whenever you're done and you hold up your paper, it should look something like this. There we go.
Oh.
Okay, whenever everybody's ready, we're all going to hold them up at the same time.
Okay, almost done.
Okay. Charlotte, how are you doing over there?
I'm ready. I've been thinking about these for weeks.
Alright, I'm good too.
Alright.
Okay. Ready? Let me go ahead and show you this. 1, 2, 3, go!
Wow!
Wow, this please be able to read backwards.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Why is yours... Oh, wait a minute, is mine showing up?
Yeah.
Oh my god, y'all
Is
aren't...
yours?
I just marked on my face on accident. Okay, in order, we're
Am I
gonna go
still
with...
Okay.
We're gonna go with Charlotte, and Charlotte, if you want to explain yours, go ahead.
Mine's, I guess I was pretty similar, Justin. Too skinny. I always get told I'm too small, I'm not big enough, I need to eat more, blah, blah, blah. I'm petite. I'm a petite person.
Well, how about that? We have this exact same thing. That's awesome. Tifa, what's yours?
A lot of people in school would call me like a dork or a geek because I was unique. I've always had some sort of passion that they could never understand, and they judged me for it. So instead of saying that I'm a dork or that I'm too passionate, why don't we just say that I'm unique and I cultured?
You are unique and cultured.
Yes.
Ling, how about yours? And Jimmy's back.
Yay, Jimmy! Should I go?
I'm so
Should we
sorry.
get time? It's okay, Bae. You're
Yeah,
back.
go ahead, Ling.
Mine was midget because actually, believe it or not, I am a legal midget. I think the height is like 4'10". But I struggled a lot with bullying for my height when I was little. Still am, but I don't get as much crap for it now because I just own it. So call me fun-sized. That's right, 4', 6.5 feet of fun. Yeah, I don't know. It was just a lot of people made me feel smaller than I really was, and then I was like, you know what? I can be big with my personality, so that's what it is.
You know, that's really amazing because, like, 3 of us have used the same concept for our Call Me project. You know, me and Charlotte both say skinny. You, Ling, you're too short. So everybody, no matter whether people call you too big or too small, like what we were saying last week, don't sweat it, because it's always, you worry about you, and if you feel right about you, don't worry about it. There's always going to be somebody that says you're too big or you're too small. Just be you.
Mhm.
Jimmy, did you have one?
Well said.
Did you have a chance to do this? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You kind of...
I do. Mine says that word. If you're like me, you get called that a lot.
Oh, yeah, like all the time.
Yeah. You might have to read backwards. Is that backwards? Probably.
No, it's not back.
Okay, good. And it says, call me free, because at the end of the day, that's what I feel like. I don't care what you say, it's what I feel, and I'm happy. So I'm free and I'm happy, and yeah.
That's beautiful.
I tell you, this Call Me project has taken off like wildfire, and I could not thank Laura for this anymore. If I'm not mistaken, Laura did start this, didn't she?
It was, Laura was kind of brought on to help spread the word. Her name was, her username, Heavy Metal Lover, with a period at the end. She was actually the one who started it. She had heard about it. Yeah, she had heard it going on with, I think she's from Poland, I believe. And she had seen it going on there, and she's the one who brought it to Little Monsters.
She's been on the show before, hasn't she? Yes, I know this lady.
Yeah.
Is it not the same lady, LA Lucas lady? I'm sorry, guys, off topic. But I appreciate everybody for doing this. It takes a lot of balls, a lot of guts to pick up, something that you find demeaning about yourself, and something that people have a problem with about yourself, and putting this in front of everybody to see. But it's kind of liberating too. So let's see. I think at this time we're going to go ahead and field some of the responses that we had. People have been kind of tweeting in their opinions on the question earlier that we asked, which was, how would you feel about a re-release of Gaga's biggest hits? Heavy Metal Meyer says, it would be, because Gaga and jazz music go great together. And somebody said, hell yeah, how great would it be to have monsters of all genres come together for some martinis and great music? I love that. Yes, that's a great idea. I like martinis too. Let's see. If I can, I'm going to show this picture real quick of LA Lucas lady. She has been on the show. She's a sweetheart. But this was the original pic. I think y'all can see that. That's the very first Call Me picture that started, so pretty cool. Actually, you couldn't see that because I was stuck on Jimmy. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, everyone. You have to look at me.
It's been a long day. I'm gonna share this again. Here we go. And Tim was like messaging, probably telling me to stop screwing up. There's Laura. No, not Laura.
Beautiful.
I'll get her name right in a minute. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a few more questions or responses here. They all came in so quickly. Regarding the success of art pops, and forgive me y'all if I'm saying this wrong, Scully Monster, Gaga's art pop is like a painting. Not everyone will like it, but as long as she likes it, that's what really matters. Everybody agrees with that, I'm sure. Do you prefer Gaga's Fame era robot voice or her untouched? I don't know if I can say that. Do you prefer Gaga's Fame era robot voice or her untouched cut-a-bitch voice? Wendire said, love both, but yes, cut-a-bitch. So, I want to thank everybody for the responses that we got. And once again, thank everybody for coming on. And Charlotte, we especially appreciate you coming on and sharing your answers with us. And I've been looking forward to it all day. Whew.
Great. I want to thank you guys too for allowing me to be on here. If anyone ever needs to chat, I'm on Little Monsters every day. So if you guys want to chat, shoot me a message. I'm there, and yeah, I'm excited. I got to finally be on and meet you guys. Appreciate everything you guys do.
At this time, I'm going to go ahead and share everybody's information because we didn't do introductions at the first part of the show. We're kind of starting to do that at the end of the show now. Charlotte, of course, did you want to share your Twitter with everyone? I don't know if you want to do that or not. If you don't want to, that's okay.
Oh, you guys have already tweeted my Twitter everywhere. So my Twitter is Char, CHAR_broiled. My Little Monsters handle is at Cotero, COTERO.
Thank you so much, Charlotte, for coming on.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Jimmy?
I am Jimmy, if you didn't know that. My Twitter is at Mr. Jimmy G TV, and my Little Monsters is Jimmy Judas, and you can find me on YouTube with a whole bunch of Gaga reaction videos and collections of stuff and all that at Mr. Jimmy G TV on YouTube. Subscribe.
Tifa?
I don't know if anybody can even hear me, but...
Oh, I can hear you good now.
I'm trying. I just have to lift my laptop up and, like, scream into it. That's essentially what I'm doing now. So, I'm Tifa. You can find me on littlemonsters.com at Tifa, T-I-F-F-A, short for Tiffany. And you can find me on Twitter at Tifa, like art in German, K-U-N-S-T. Many people may not know, but my last name has art in it, and it's a German last name, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it's relative. So that's kind of why my Twitter is that. A lot of people think maybe it's because of Coon. Everybody used to think it was Coon. Alright, I'm done.
Thank you for coming on, Tifa. You've been a part of the show for a long time, and every time you come on, it's interesting, so we appreciate you being here. Yuling, of course.
I'm Yuling, and my Twitter is yes, Yuling, yes. And my Little Monsters is Religion of He Insecure, because I guess when I first typed it, I didn't put the T in, so I don't know how to change that. Maybe Charlotte could help me. Help a sister out. And that's that.
Religion of the... Religion of...
He insecure.
He be insecure.
He insecure. That's what it is. It is what it is.
He insecure.
Oh my.
Help me.
I'm Justin. I was your host tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. My Twitter is at Born to Be Brave, and my Little Monsters is also the same. Thanks to Charlotte. Thank you. But this has been Radio Art Pop episode 64, 1 week until Cheek to Cheek. And don't forget, we do get a new song out tonight at midnight from Cheek to Cheek Nature Boys. So appreciate everybody for watching, and we'll catch you next week. Bye, everybody.